I gained 25 pounds in 3 months, and it's 100% my girlfriend's fault. Okay, maybe not 100%, but like 92%, easy. Bro, I didn't even realize it was happening at first. That's the crazy part. I thought I was just living life, you know? Happy, in love, eating good. Nah, I was in a full-blown situation. So I've been dating this girl, Kayla, for about a year now. And don't get me wrong, she's amazing. Funny, loud, always smiling. The type of person who makes everything feel fun. But there was one thing about her I did not fully understand at the beginning. This girl loves food, not in a cute let's grab snacks way. I mean like, strategic, calculated, low-key terrifying. Especially when it comes to buffets. And I didn't know that at first. So one night she's like, let's go to this buffet. I heard it's really good. And I'm thinking, cool. Casual dinner. Maybe 2 plates, vibe, go home. Bro, I was not prepared. We walk in and I can already tell something's off. She's not looking around like a normal person. She's scanning. Like she's analyzing the room. I'm talking full recon mission. She leans over and goes, okay, don't fill up on carbs early. That's how they get you. I just looked at her like, what do you mean they? Who is they? At that point, I should have known. I really should have known. First plate, normal. I grab some chicken, rice, whatever. Nah, she builds this insane plate. I'm talking layers, stacking, engineering. I didn't even know. You could fit that much food on one plate without it collapsing. I'm just standing there like, ain't no way you're finishing that. She looks at me dead serious and goes, this is just round 1. Round 1? Bro, I knew I messed up. We sit down and she starts eating like she's on a timer. Focused. Locked in. No distractions. Meanwhile, I'm still chewing my first bite. I'm watching her like, this is not a normal dinner. This is a competition and I didn't even sign up. She finishes her plate. I'm barely halfway through mine. Then she looks at me and slides her plate over. Hey, you're not gonna let this go to waste, right? And I laugh. Because I think she's joking. She was not joking. That was the moment I got recruited. Cleanup crew. At first I was like, whatever. It's just a few bites. No big deal. So I finish her leftovers. Then she goes back up. Round 2. I'm sitting there like, okay, she's just really hungry. That's fine. She comes back with more food. Different stuff this time. She starts explaining her strategy like I'm part of the team now. You have to rotate categories so you don't get full too fast. Bro, what? I didn't even know eating had categories. Seafood round. Meat round! Dessert warm-up. She had phases. And every single time, she didn't finish everything. And every single time, that plate would slowly slide in my direction. You got that, right? Bro, I was fighting for my life. I'm full. I'm sweating. I'm questioning every decision I've made up to this point, but she's just smiling like everything is normal. At one point I said, I'm full. She looks at me like I just said something illegal. Full? Already? Already? I felt judged. I'm not gonna lie. So what do? I keep eating. Because in my head I'm like, it's just this one night. Not a big deal. Yeah, that was my first mistake. We finally leave and I swear I couldn't even walk straight. I was moving like I just ran a marathon. She's completely fine. Talking, laughing, already planning dessert somewhere else. I'm like, how? Fast forward a few days. She texts me, buff it again tonight? And I pause. Because now I know. Now I understand what that actually means. This isn't dinner. This is an event. This is a full body experience. And somehow, I say yes. I don't know why. I really don't. Maybe I thought it would be different. Maybe I thought I could handle it this time. Bro, it was worse. Because now she knew I was part of the system. No hesitation. No testing phase. Straight into it. Okay, so this time we're starting light, then going heavy. We? When did this become we? And just like that, I was back in it. Round after round. Plate after plate. And guess who's still finishing everything? Me. Every time. No escape. That's when I started noticing something. My clothes felt tighter. At first I thought maybe they shrunk in the wash. You know, classic excuse. But then my jeans started feeling different. My hoodies too. And one day, I stepped on the scale and just stood there, staring at the number like, ain't no way. That's when it hit me. This wasn't just a few buffet nights. This was a pattern. And yeah, that's where the problem started. So yeah, after I stepped on that scale, I just stood there like, bro, this is not real. I even stepped off and got back on. Like maybe the scale was glitching. Maybe it needed a software update or something. Same number. No mercy. And that's when it really hit me. This wasn't just eating out. I was in a system, a routine, a lifestyle I did not sign up for. And the crazy part? She was completely fine. Like nothing changed for her. Same energy, same confidence, same, let's hit the buffet tonight texts like it's just a normal Tuesday. Meanwhile, I'm over here Googling, how did I gain 25 pounds without noticing? So I finally try to say something. Nothing serious, just testing the waters. She texts me, Buffy tonight? And I respond, I might chill tonight. I've been eating a lot lately. Light, casual, non-confrontational. She replies, that's why we go. You have to build tolerance. Build what? Tolerance? Bro, I'm not training for anything. But somehow, I still go. I don't even know how she does it. It's like she has this energy that just pulls you in. We get there and now she's even more locked in than before. Like she's been studying. She grabs a plate and goes, okay, last time we made mistakes. We? I don't remember agreeing to this team. She starts pointing stuff out like a coach. Don't waste space on bread. Skip the soda early. Pace yourself. I'm just standing there holding an empty plate like, I miss who I was before this. We sit down and I try to control myself this time. Smaller portions. Slower eating. I'm like, okay, I got this. She looks at my plate and goes, that's it? Bro, leave me alone. So now I feel like I have to prove something. I go back up. And that's how it starts. Again, round after round. But this time, it's different. Because now I know what's coming. The plate slide. And sure enough, midway through round 2, she slows down. Looks at her plate. Then looks at me. And just gently pushes it in my direction. No words. Just eye contact. Bro, I felt like I was in a movie. Like this was my destiny or something. And me? I take the plate. Because at this point, it's automatic. I don't even question it anymore. I'm just part of the process. Cleanup crew. Full time. No benefits. No days off. At one point, I tried to say no. I really did. She goes, you want the rest? And I said, I'm good. She just pauses. Looks at me. Then goes, it's barely anything. It was not barely anything. It was like half a plate. But now I feel bad. Because in my head, I'm like, I don't want to waste food. And she knows that. She uses that. So what do? I eat it. Again. Bro, I'm actually mad at myself at this point. Like, why am I like this? Fast forward a couple weeks. This is just life now. Buffets every few days. Sometimes back to back. She even starts trying new ones. Oh, this place has better seafood. Oh, this one has a chocolate fountain. Why do we need a fountain? And every time, same cycle. She goes all out. I try to survive. She slows down. Plate slides over. I finish it. I go home questioning my existence. And the worst part? I started getting used to it. Like my body adjusted. I could eat more than before. Which is not a good thing. Because now she's like, see? You're getting better. Better at what? Overeating? I remember one night specifically. This was the turning point. We went to this huge buffet. I'm talking massive. Different sections. Different rooms. It felt like a food mall. She was excited. Like genuinely excited. Clapping her hands and everything. Okay, this one. We're doing it right. I should have left. I really should have left. First round? Light. Second round? Heavy. Third round? I don't even know anymore. I lost track. At some point I wasn't even tasting the food. I was just eating. Pure survival mode. And then it happened. She goes, I'm full. And I freeze. Because I know what that means. She looks at her plate. Then slowly turns it toward me. And this plate was insane. I'm talking stacked. Layers. Different foods touching that. Should not be touching. And she goes, you got it. Like it's nothing. Like I'm built for this. Bro, I stared at that plate like it was my final boss. And for the first time, I hesitated. Like really hesitated. Because I knew, if I ate that, there was no going back. And she's just sitting there smiling like, come on. And that's when I realized, this might actually be a problem. And yeah, it only got worse from there. So yeah, after that final boss plate moment, something in me changed. Like mentally. I was still sitting there. But spiritually, I had already left the restaurant. I'm staring at this plate like, bro, this is how it ends. And she's just watching me, smiling. No pressure, but also 100% pressure. So what do? I pick up the fork. Because at this point, I don't even know how to say no anymore. I take a bite. Then another. And another, and I swear halfway through I stopped tasting everything. It was just textures. Just chewing and hoping for the best. Meanwhile, she's on her phone, relaxed, living her best life. Like she didn't just assign me a full-time job. I finally finish it. Barely. I lean back in my chair like I just fought for my life. She looks up and goes, see? You're fine. Fine? Bro, I can't feel my legs. We leave and I'm walking to the car like I need assistance. I'm not even joking. If there was a wheelchair nearby, I might have considered it. That night, I didn't even sleep properly. I just laid there, regretting everything, questioning every life choice that led me to this moment. And that's when I made a decision. I was like, okay, I need to chill. Like actually chill. So the next few days, I avoided buffets. I ate normal food, smaller portions, drank water, trying to reset. And honestly, I started feeling better, lighter, more human. I even looked in the mirror like, okay, we might be able to recover from this. Then she texts me, miss you. Let's go out tonight. And I'm like, okay, cool. Regular dinner. Safe. Healthy-ish. I got this. I ask, where you want to go? She sends a location. I open it. And just stare. Buffet. Of course. Of course. Bro, I should have said no. I should have stood my ground. But she hits me with, we haven't gone in a few days. A few days? That's called recovery time. That's called healing. But somehow, I still go. At this point, I need to study myself. Like, why am I like this? We get there and it's like nothing changed. Same energy. Same strategy talk. Same, we got this mindset. And that's when I realized something scary. She actually enjoys this. Like, genuinely. This isn't just eating. This is her thing. Her hobby. Her sport. And me, I'm the equipment. We sit down and I try again. I'm not that hungry. She nods. Okay, just take it easy. I'm like, thank you. Finally. Peace. I get a small plate. Eat slow. Mind my business. She goes up. Comes back with a full plate. Starts eating. Everything's calm. I'm thinking, wow, growth. We're evolving. Then it happens. She slows down. Looks at her plate. Then looks at me. Bro, no, not again. She goes, you want the rest? I say, I'm good. Firm this time. Confident. She pauses. Then goes, are you sure? And I'm like, yeah. Silence. For like 2 seconds. But it felt longer. Then she shrugs. Okay. And she puts the plate away. Bro, I was shocked. Like actually shocked. I just sat there like, wait, that's it? No pressure? No guilt? No, you're really gonna waste food? Nothing. She just moved on. And that's when it hit me. I did this to myself. She was never forcing me. I just kept saying yes, every time. Because I felt bad. Because I didn't want to waste food. Because I didn't know how to say no. Bro, I played myself. For months. I sat there in silence having a whole realization. Like, I could have stopped this at any time. And I didn't. Meanwhile, she's already on round 3 like nothing happened. And for the first time, I just watched. Didn't participate. Didn't overeat. Didn't take the plate. Just sat there. Peacefully. And yeah, I felt a little judged. Not gonna lie. She looked at me a couple times like, you good? But I was like, yeah, I'm good. For once, I'm actually good. We leave and I don't feel like I'm about to pass out. I get home and I'm like, wait, is this what normal feels like? The next day, I step on the scale again. And yeah, it didn't magically drop or anything. But just standing there, I felt different. Because now I knew. It wasn't about her. It wasn't about buffets. It was me. I didn't set boundaries. I didn't speak up. I just went along with it. And yeah, that realization hit harder than any buffet ever did. But the story doesn't end there. Because a few days later, she looked at me and said something that caught me completely off guard. And that's when things got interesting. So a few days after that whole, I finally learned how to say no moment, I thought things would slow down. Like maybe we'd switch to normal dates, movies, walks, literally anything that doesn't involve a food marathon. I was wrong. So wrong. She texts me, got something fun planned tonight. And I'm already suspicious, because anytime she uses that emoji, my life gets complicated. I ask, where are we going? She replies, surprise. Bro, never trust a surprise in this situation. But I go anyway, because at this point, I guess I never learned. She picks me up acting all excited. Music blasting. She's singing. I'm just in the passenger seat like, okay, what version of me is coming back tonight? We drive for like 20 minutes. Pull up, and I swear my soul left my body. It's not just a buffet. It's the buffet. The biggest one we've ever been to. New location. Grand opening, everything. She's like a kid on Christmas. I've been waiting for this all week. All week? I thought we were recovering. I thought we were healing. Apparently, she was loading up the next mission. We walk in and she's already scanning the place like a general. And I just stand there like, yeah, I'm cooked. She grabs my hand like, okay, strategy time. I'm like, there's a strategy again? She goes, always. Bro, I should have turned around right there. But I didn't. We sit down. Same routine starts. First plate, then second, then third. And I'm not even surprised anymore. That's the scary part. I've adapted. Like my body knows the system now. But this time, I try something different. I stop early. Like actually stop. Half plate left. She looks at me. Then at my plate, and I brace myself. Here it comes. The usual line. You're not finishing that? But instead, she just says, okay, respect. And keeps eating. No pressure. No guilt. No cleanup crew assignment. Nothing. And I just sit there like, wait, that's it? That's when it hits me. This whole time, it wasn't her controlling me. It was me not controlling myself. The buffets didn't change. She didn't change. I did. Or at least I finally stopped pretending. I had to eat like I was in a competition I never signed up for. She finishes her plate, looks at me, smiles, and says, you're getting better at this. And for some reason, this time it doesn't feel like pressure. It just feels like a joke. A normal one. We finish eating, leave, no chaos. No regret spiral. No food coma of doom. Just a regular night. On the drive back, she goes, be honest. You were suffering at first, huh? And I laugh. Like actually laugh. Bro, I was fighting for my life. She loses it laughing too. And that's when I realized something kind of stupid. I spent months thinking I was trapped in some insane buffet lifestyle arc. But really, I just didn't know how to say no. And she never forced me. She just kept eating like she always does. And I followed. Too well. We get home and I step out of the car feeling weird. Not heavy, not stuffed. Just normal. And she leans out the window and goes, same time next week? I pause. Then I say, maybe just one plate though. She grins. Progress. And she drives off. And I just stand there like, yeah, I really turned buffets into a whole life lesson I didn't ask for. But honestly, I can't even be mad anymore. Because somehow, I gained 25 pounds, lost my self-control, and accidentally learned how to use it again. Yeah, I guess that's what dating her does to you.